So hello guys and welcome back to PY Coding India Python Masterclass series, and in the today's video we are going to discuss that what is an if-else statement in Python, and to understand it better we are also going to see some various examples. Then we are going to study that what is an if, else if and else statement in Python, and what are nested if-else statements in Python. So without any further delay, let's get started. So what is an if-else statement in Python? So to help you understand it better, let us consider that there are two persons. The first person's name is Mr. If and the other person is Mr. Else. So they both work in a company, and when any work shows up to them, so if it meets the conditions of Mr. If, he tries to do that task. Otherwise, he shifts that task to Mr. Else. Now, what I'm trying to say to you is they basically work on a condition. So, if the condition is true for if, then the statements related to if gets executed. Otherwise, it gets shifted to else and the statements in it gets executed, right? So, let me show you what I'm saying with help of an example. So, guys, this is the syntax of if else condition. So, what is happening here is if the condition present in the if is true, then the statement 1 gets executed, else the statement 2 gets executed. So this is the syntax. Now to show you how it works, let us take a simple example. So the example is we have to check whether a number is positive or not, right? So how can we do that? So guys, when a number is positive, its value is basically greater than 0, and when a number is negative, its value is lesser than 0. So let us take a number first of all. So first of all we have to take input of a number. So if you don't know how to take input in Python, I'm going to leave the link in the description of my previous video where I have taught you that how to take input in Python. So now let's get started how to write if else statements. So our condition was if the value of n is greater than 0, right? So if the value of n is greater than 0, our statement should print that number is positive. And otherwise, if it's not positive, then definitely it must be negative. Now let's try to run this example. So let us suppose our number is 7. So the number 7 is positive. So how this is working is we have given the number 7. Now since 7 is greater than 0, that is this condition is true. So the statements uh, the statements under if statement gets executed. Now let us try to run by giving it a negative number. So suppose our number is 11 minus 11. So since the number is negative, the condition in if is not executed because the condition is false, and the condition in else gets executed. So now guys, I am also going to tell you that what is an if, else if and else statement in Python. So basically, let us use the same example and check if the number given is 0 or not as well. So we can write it like this: if else if n is equals to 0, then just print the number is 0, right? So how will this work? So suppose if the user gives the number as 0, first of all it checks this condition. So since n is greater than 0, that means here the condition is false because we haven't specified that whether it is greater than or equal to 0. So it moves to else if. Now at else if it checks this condition. Since the number given is 0, so it is going to give the output print number is 0. So let's try this. So enter number 0. So as we can see, the number is 0, right? Now here let us also check a new thing, that is the nested else if statement, right? So for that I'm going to remove this else if. Now let us also check that the number input is greater than 10 or not, or the number is less than minus 10 or not, right? So to write nested if else, we just need to specify one more if else condition in the if block, right? So this portion is known as the else block, and this portion is known as the if block. So let us check. So if our number is greater than 10, right? So it should specify number is positive and greater than 10, else it should specify print number is positive but less than 10. Now I'm going to be a little lazy here and I'm going to just copy paste this and just change the condition. So now guys, let us try to run this example. So suppose if our number is minus 21, so it should specify that number is negative and less than minus 10. So as we can see, it specify number is negative and less than minus 10. So how is this statement working, right? So first of all, it goes to the if block, right? It goes over here and then it checks this condition. So since this condition does not meet its criteria, that is the condition becomes false, so it doesn't execute this whole block and it skips to the else block, right? And then in the else block it checks the first if condition. So since this condition matches its criteria, that is the condition becomes true, so it executes the statement specified under it, that is number is negative and less than minus 10. So guys, here a very basic thing that you should know is the indentation. So what is indentation? I'm going to explain it to you. So guys, basically indentation is a way which helps Python statements know that what content belongs to them, right? So for example, if I write if, as you can see, it always leaves some space and starts the cursor from here, right? So its syntax, as you know, is if, then a colon, right? And as you press enter to move into a new line, it leaves some space, right? So this space is basically you can get it by tab or 4 spaces, 1 2 3 4, right? Now why is this space for? So it helps it to know that whatever statement written over here belongs to this if condition. That is, if the condition matches, then the statements written over here should be printed. Now let us try to do it if it purposely. So n is 10 if n is greater than 5, right? Try to print. So I'm going to try it. Just write like here, print number, and yeah, just let us try to run it. So as you can see, we get an error, that is indentation error, and it expected an indented block. So what is the indented block? This space, guys, this space is actually the intended block. So now let us try to run this example. The condition works pretty fine. So this is all about the if else statement and also what is indentation. So now I will meet you in the next video. Till the time, bye bye.